Wipeout course, a legendary battleground that has settled tests of metal and scores of scores.
Today we witness our fiercest competition yet, a rivalry as old as the Rocky Mountains and as deep as the Bay of Fundy. For on this episode, we welcome the quintessential Canadian clash of East versus West.
East, West, East, West. Beast of the East gonna tear it up. West is best.
East is least. East out. East Coast, you are going down, you cool.
People, let's settle this the old-fashioned way on a huge, ridiculous obstacle course.
Today, 20 of the finest Canadian stereotypes from across the country do deadly battle to finally settle this epic rivalry once and for all.
Those crazy enough to accept the challenge must be prepared for the spills.
The thrills
And the fantastic fumbles.
The 4 contestants left standing will face off in the Wipeout Zone.
But only one will emerge victorious, whether from the East
Or the West.
One thing's for sure, everyone will wipe out.
Frickin' awesome, man.
Greetings and welcome to Wipeout Canada, no matter where you're from. I'm Ennis Esmer, along with my completely biased co-host from Nova Scotia, Johnathan Torrens.
Now, just because I'm from the East doesn't mean I can't root for those hippie cowboys with the best of them. I'm just probably not going to.
Well, just because I'm from Toronto doesn't mean I have to root for all those drunken fishermen from the East. Plus, it's really no fun if we cheer for the same team. So, for today, I'm from the West. Yeehaw!
Yes, man.
From West Coast towns like Metchosin and Alder Flats to eastern villages like Sydney Mines and some town called Ottawa, these patriotic peeps will tear our country in twain for bragging rights and $50,000.
Now, our first challenge is the qualifier, starting with a sprint over a staple of Canadian cuisine, the donuts. Then over to the patriotic sucker punch.
Like kissing the flag with extreme force.
Then a quick bounce over the big balls.
Uh-oh!
Followed by the donut swing, where they'll stop the clock by landing like jelly right in the center.
Who doesn't like a second help in a donut? You kidding? This is great.
Over 20 idiotic, that's patriotic contestants, only the 12 fastest will advance to the next round and move closer to claiming that cash.
Now let's throw things down to the third member of our hosting power trio, the enchanting Jessica Phillips, who's with our first contestant from the East, Newfoundlander and cargo ship's second mate, Trent Taylor.
Let's get out of these clothes.
Who's gonna win today, East or West?
Hey, get down, boys. Gonna stomp it down, tear it up. All right, yeah.
I'm sorry, what did he say? Can we rewind that?
Why? Clear as the bell to me.
Hey, get down, boys. Gonna stomp it down, tear it up. All right.
Anybody smell his breath for Screech?
Sailor Taylor on the donuts. Ooh, looks like he hasn't quite gotten his sea legs yet.
Bad, or he's been drinking like it's payday at the dock.
He's up for the second leg, set sail, and the second mate goes down with his slip.
Took a hard shot. Now, how about another round on the sucker punch wall?
Jigging his way across, he taps the white glove.
Meaning he'll be able to move to the next obstacle even if he goes overboard.
Like that.
Sailor Taylor plots his course for the big balls. Toy! Toy!
Tossed around like he's in a squall, and Lord Thunder and big balls, what a wipeout.
Obviously not a great sailor. Maybe he'd do better if he wasn't seeing double.
Here we go.
Now the donut swing. He's had a great run so far. For a newbie.
The wind was sure at his back as he pulls into Hope Harbor in 1 minute, 52 seconds.
I don't like this one because I can't tell if they're still alive under there.
Oh, there he is. Whew.
What was the best part out there?
So about free her right went up there. Come up ladder, seen the rope there. Grabbed what that swung.
Totally.
Didn't know where it's going to end up to. Large Duns made it into a hole.
Story of my life.
And you wonder why people make fun of the Newfie accent.
Oh yeah, because people from the West are so famously eloquent. Exhibit A, here's Vancouver skateboarding snowboarder Josh Nepper.
West is best, East is least. Oh, shakala, bro, brah. I just came up with that. That's on my head.
He just came up with that? Wow, impressive. Way to rub both those brain cells together. Chocolate Bro Bra drops into the chorus, dude. Does a 360 onto the floating pads for no particular reason, too.
Hey, man, what can you do? He's extreme. See that? He pulled a cartwheel. That's so extreme.
Extremely something. He can't trick those tubes, though, and he ditches on the donuts.
Sup, dude?
Totally not epic. Mud in my drawers.
Can we get a translation for those of us who speak English?
Totally not epic. Mud blood in my drawers. All right, here we go.
Okay, seriously, this guy's just showing off now.
Getting set to show off on the donut swing. Great air, major amplitude, and he lands it with a time of 3 minutes, 17 seconds.
Now that's flipping your wig.
To the extreme.
Chocolate, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
So round one goes to the east, which is making my arm involuntarily do this. Yes! Now let's meet Torontonian, Bay Street financial consultant, Marwan El Nasher.
And what's your strategy for Wipeout?
Go for it.
Seriously?
Go for it.
Typical center of the universe. How rude. You know what, Marwan? You don't put us on hold. We put you on hold, sister.
All right.
So let's move on to Calgary's Andrea Mulba, a dairy farmer originally from Switzerland. She traded the red and white for the white and red. You know, it's the old bait and Swiss.
Here she is on the sucker punch wall. It's like Swiss cheese, but our holes are filled with uppercuts.
You can't accuse the sucker punch wall of being neutral, that's for sure.
Ouch, watch this as she gets clobbered and goes down like clockwork. And here comes Labrador's Vanessa Simon, who calls herself, oh, brother, the Newfie Bullet.
Do you have any superpowers? I have none. I'm quite useless. What do you do for a living? I do nothing. Oh.
I guess one way to keep your identity a secret is never having to leave your house for work.
On a quest to keep a stereotype alive, it's the Newfie Bullet. She faces off against her evil nemesis, Professor Punch-a-Lot. Will our hero survive?
Yikes, I bet she wishes she brought a Canadian shield.
Maybe lobster fisherman Martin Daggett from Grand Manan, New Brunswick can do a little better.
Let's see if the lobster man... Oh, man! He's got to be crabby about that one. How's that water feel, lobster man?
Okay, how about some stereotypical Westerner, like an oil worker, a West Edmonton Mall employee, or a...
Cowboy cattle rancher?
Perfect.
Then here's Brent Byers from Camrose, Alberta.
Have you had any good Wipeout?
Well, actually, I had a horse go over backwards on me and break all my ribs. If nothing else, I know I can take a hit.
When will people learn not to say that in interviews?
There's only one way to go at it, and that's right at it. Attaboy!
Asking for trouble, JT, that's all that is. Saddle soars in the morning.
Wallop and Wipeout.
Bucking balls.
The big balls leave their brand on everyone. Let's see who's up next.
This is Dennis Thomas from the Tsleil-Waututh First Nation.
He's a member of the Wolf Clan based in Burrard Inlet and is hoping to hunt down a sucker punch skin on the qualifier.
The sucker punch wall, rarely seen in its native habitat, senses a predator and attempts to defend itself.
My goodness, the hunter becomes the hunted as the wolf attack is fended off. Still hungry, the wolf prepares to pounce on 3 unsuspecting big balls.
This is not the wolf's day. The big ball's rubbery hide deflected the hapless carnivore into the air, and this wolf will go hungry.
So let's get back to the action with fellow BCer and longshoreman Sarah Doran at the donut swing.
Looks like she can barely contain her excitement.
Oh, dear! The longshoreman unloads her cargo face first into that donut. Looks like she might have to file for workers' comp. Oh, here we go. That Toronto gearbox is back.
Hi.
It's busy time.
How have you been preparing yourself for the course?
Gotta get this one. Yep. All right. No.
Ah, for the love of
Right,
Pete,
do
who's
it.
he even talking to?
Yeah.
Ennis?
Yeah, I'm just doing the commentating thing, just like JT. So Marwan, buy high, sell low, right?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I can probably host for 2. Now getting smushed on the course is bug scientist Sarah McLean from Team East. Can she fly over the big balls? No, into the lagoon. The big balls through this pesticide. Pesticide? Like pesticide? Are you kidding? That's great. Here, let me make a phone call, because I'm Mr. Phony Phonester.
Okay, sorry about that. Did I hear someone else in here?
No.
Could have sworn I heard another voice. That's weird. Now down do-si-doing with Jessica is oil worker from Alder Flats, Alberta, Chad Kelgren.
Toronto sucks. Toronto sucks.
Hey, we're trying to celebrate Canada. He's not just going to say that all day, right?
Toronto sucks. Toronto sucks.
Toronto does not suck.
You tell him, Jess.
Toronto sucks.
Those two should join a debate team. They're good. Boo-hoo! Wow.
think there's gonna be a full moon tonight. Maybe that's why the wolf was howling earlier.
That may be, but I doubt any werewolves come calling for that.
Let's see how slick the Oiler is on the donut swing.
Toronto sucks!
You mean kind of like you do on the course? Well, Chad doesn't help Team West any, finishing with the slowest time so far of 4 minutes and 2 seconds.
Chad sucks. Chad sucks. I can't believe how much Chad sucks.
sucks.
Chad sucks. You go high, I'll go low. Sucks.
And now, finally off the phone and ready to defend Toronto's reputation, here comes Bay Street financial consultant Marwan El Nasher.
Hi.
Greed is good, so show me the money.
And what would you do with all that money?
I'll just reinvest it and make more money.
Wow, what an inspiration.
Bay Street, Meatball Street.
Big balls, prepare to meet your doom.
This Gordon Gecko wannabe plummets like Enron stock. Luckily, I'm not that invested in him. Mo Money Marwan trying to get greedy with his time. Away he goes and, gets his closing bell rung. And Marwan closes strong, just 1 minute, 36 seconds. Seriously? Seriously.
I'm just trying to win a radio calling
I'm just trying to host a show.
Fifth caller? Darn it!
While Ennis shirks his hosting duties, let's take a break. And when we come back, the battle between East and West will rage on. Don't miss it right here on Wipeout Canada.
Pillow fight is the price it pays.
Welcome back to a special episode of Wipeout Canada, the Uncivil War Edition.
We're pitting 10 proud Canadians from the West.
West Coast, baby!
The West is the best.
West.
Against 10 proud Canadians from the East.
East side, baby.
East Coast all the way.
Go East.
Show me the money!
Well, 9 from the East and that one guy from Toronto.
Right.
We're halfway through the qualifier, so let's get right back to it with an icon of outdated Canadian stereotypes, the Burly Lumberjack. This is Team East's Marcel Scott from Barrington, Nova Scotia.
Lumberjack, eh? I would have thought he'd be from the West.
You know, we have trees out east, too.
This here is a competition throwing axe. It's really dull, actually. So, but, you know, maybe I could throw it at you. You put, like, an apple on your head or something?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Doesn't
good.
sound dangerous at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks fun.
Not a good idea at all, after what happened to the last co-host.
Ready?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Don't throw it. Okay, now what
I'm
do you
not
do?
actually gonna throw it at you. Come on. I'm not that good.
Let's see if the sucker punch will eat Marcel for lumberjack breakfast.
Oh, taking some blows. Now he knows how the trees feel.
Right?
That definitely cut against the grain. I hope they can bury the hatchet.
Yo! Oh!
Now at the big balls. Oh, timber! Hey, JT, if a lumberjack falls on the big balls and everyone is around to see it, does it still make a sound?
Yeah, how about this one?
Will the axe thrower nail a bullseye on the donut swing? Yes, finished in one fell swoop.
And from a hardworking blue-collar Easterner to a lazy tie-dye wearing hippie from Motrin, BC, this is TJ Watt.
Hey, take it easy, man. Don't harsh his mellow.
He does know that the horn means go, right?
You know, I'd ask what this guy's been smoking, but I think we all know the answer.
Holy tofu, Batman!
Tofu Batman? Is that some kind of vegan superhero?
Oh, TJ got bungoed off the ball. The big balls use the hippie as a hacky sack and toss him into the water.
At least maybe he'll finally wash his hair. Good Lord. What's all this about?
He's meditating, dude. Chill. Don't be a square.
How long is
Make love, not wipeouts, brah.
Moving on to some real action, courtesy of some of the more adventurous Canadian women who blazed a trail on the course today. Rocky Mountain girl Lindsay crumbled on the topple towers.
At least she's got a positive altitude.
Surfer girl Stephanie caught a wave of hurt on the sucker punch.
Not so much, Stephanie.
Atlantic salmon girl Cindy got smoked off the big balls.
She did seem pretty flaky.
And PEI potato girl Jessica mashed herself on the donuts.
She didn't like those tubers. Great stuff from the ladies, but they couldn't hold a scented candle to this guy.
Enter into the porthole.
Who could forget TJ? Who's next?
I'm Pat Riley from City Mines, Cape Breton,
Playing for the love of Cape Breton. West Coast, you're going down by...
Oh, now we're talking.
I do a little Irish jig.
Can you show me it?
Sure. I believe it's like this.
Oh.
Hey, Pat, nothing against your heritage, but where I come from, that's a sobriety test.
That's all I got.
The proud Cape Bretoner is approaching the big balls.
He doesn't want to fiddle around up there. Oh, sweet Rita McNeil, that was awesome. The jig is up, babe.
We'll be seeing you, Patty. Won't we be seeing you? Are you just about done?
Oh, certainly think I'll be done soon there, JT. A toodly-doo. Bunions on my feet.
Next up from the west is coal miner Nicole Bethgy from Edson, Alberta. Let's pick up her run at the Sucker Punch.
Oh, and sweet sissy SpaceX, she's really getting the shaft there. And she gets chipped off the wall.
She's lucky her face didn't get caved in.
Nicole Miner, major burnout on the big balls. She should have sent a canary out first to assess the danger.
That had to have extracted some self-respect.
Approaching the big balls now, this is Caroline Dalpay, a House of Commons messenger from Ottawa. Mr. Speaker, the House would like to recognize the Right Honourable Johnathan Torrens.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, be it resolved that the people of Canada demand Caroline Dalpay wipe out on the big balls, sir. Caroline got the message all right. The big balls ain't no leisurely skate on the Rideau Canal.
Balls like that are all too common up in this house. The qualifier has proven to be not particularly friendly to our contestants.
Some contestants simply weren't friendly to themselves, and that brings us to our Car-Star Collision Center's Make It Unhappen move of the round. For this, let's take another look at Josh Gnarly Nepper's run.
Well, Gnarly Nepper took a different approach to shredding the qualifier, going for style points, trying to bone out front grab shifties and tweak radical backslide air 180 rail slides, instead of focusing on the most important element, time. The biggest trick of them all is that he failed to move on to the next round. I bet he wishes he could make that unhappen.
That's all she wrote, dude.
12 lucky men and women, 6 from the east, 5 from the west, and that one guy from Toronto, did manage to move on to the next round, though, including Trent the Sailor Taylor and Brent the Lone Rancher Byers.
Hippie TJ Watt and his polar opposite in almost every way, Mo Money Marwan.
The east has a slight advantage. Will the west be able to even things up on the sweeper? I doubt it. Stay tuned for more senseless regionalism here on Wipeout Canada.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Oh, yeah, because no one does that.
Yes, they do.
Who does that?
My friend Lobster Boy. Welcome back to Wipeout Canada, East versus West edition, where we'll determine which people from across the country can sustain the least punishment on a huge, ridiculous obstacle course.
Out of the 20 contestants who began, only 12 remain. And the East has a slight advantage with 7 people through versus 5 for the West, which is still good.
Among those still representing are, from Team East, Lumberjack Marcel and Caroline the Messenger Dalpay. And from Team West, Surfer Girl Stephanie.
Yeah.
And I'd say of course, but I wouldn't mean it, Dirty Hippie TJ Watt. Next up for the Spirited 12 is the Motrin Sweeper round. Here, contestants have to avoid getting knocked off the sweeper arm, which today has a slight modification. The sweeper arm is decked out with these tails, so no matter where you're from, they'll send you on a trip.
The last 7 standing move on in the competition, while the winner skips the dizzy dummy and rests up till the wipeout zone.
So let's head course side and get this thing back in motion. I mean, it's the East we could do.
May the West man win.
The East is bullcrap.
We're gonna stop down the West Coast. Right on, boys.
Dude, I'm so high.
From coast to coast, there's a new sensation sweeping the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Motrin Sweep round.
And we're underway. Those little tails looking tricky already.
Watch out, cowboy.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's a lot of Hang on to your girdle, Merle. Here it comes again.
Cowabunga! Surfer Girl Stephanie can't hang for much more than 10. She'll have to ride the wave of failure back to North Van.
Bummer, dude. Oh, TJ Watt having some trouble. Oh no, Mountain Woman Lindsay Taylor is off.
Pretty rocky performance as Mountain Woman decides to go cliff diving off that pedestal and right out of the competition.
Well, at least she gets to take a hike. So let's pick it. Oh, no. Right away, another Westerner gets wet. Swiss Miss Andrea Mulbach. Diodle-hee-hoot. Back to the farm, Andrea.
Come on, cow. Let's go. Come on, get into the pit.
I feel so sorry for those cows. And
Oh, Atlantic Salmon Girl gets tossed back in, making sure the West doesn't do all the sucking. Thank you, Cindy. She gets herself canned from the competition.
8 contestants still standing. That means one more fall and the rest are safe.
Oh, and Mo Money Marwan is forced to check his balance, showing good leverage to stay on that pedestal.
You gotta give him credit. And down goes Caroline the Messenger Dalpay. The tails made just enough contact to brush her off like a cabinet minister at a cocktail party.
The horn blows, letting the remaining contestants know they've all made it through. Now it's a battle for top spot and that Wipeout Zone bye.
Still standing from the east, Mo Money Marwan, Lobsterman Martin, Trent the Sailor Taylor, Bugs McLean, and the Lumberjack Marcel.
And from the west, the Lone Ranger Brent and hippie TJ Watt.
That's dreadful.
And Bugs McLean goes down. The sweeper swats down the New Brunswick Bug Zapper.
It really is a pest that way. Crawl on over to the Dizzy Dummy, Sarah. Okay, 6 remaining, 4 from down east, bye, and 2 from out west, y'all.
Getting sleepy, are we? Hello! Swing and a miss.
And they are chirping out there.
I can't hear you!
I'm sure the others wish they could say the same thing about Marwan.
Whoa. You got no lasso now, boy! Better get your boat, laddie. You're going for a swim. Come on, speed that sucker up!
Your wish is our command.
Go ahead then now, look out!
That's on the rise or something.
You gotta like it when contestants yell things we're gonna do anyway. It makes it seem like we're working with them somehow.
Oh, Lobsterman Martin goes down on his tail. The replay shows that second leg just getting clipped, and he lobster rolls off into the water.
No need to be red-faced, Marty. We'll see you in the next round.
5 remaining. Oh, make that 4.
Oh, ouch! Hippie TJ crashes hard.
Dude, just leave it alone, brah. I mean, he's in the softness that is the water from life. And do you ever just look at your hands, man?
Yeah, the hippie's wet. That's what I said. So 3 from the east and 1 from the west, still in search of that free pass to the Wipeout Zone.
So the West is still outnumbered, but it's every man for himself out there on the sweeper. And that's not sexist, because only men are left at this point.
Right.
Oh, drat! The West is completely unsettled as the Lone Ranger couldn't hang him high any longer, branding his face on the way down.
Aw, I bet that hurt.
East! Yeah! Oh, East, no!
Mo Money Marwan loses interest and nearly brokers his bones after Market crashing into that next pedestal. Consider yourself liquidated.
Show me the money!
Or not. And now we're down to the final 2. Trent the Sailor Taylor and the Lumberjack Marcel Scott, both from the East.
If you're looking for me to be unprofessional by saying something like, yes, East Coast rules, I'm not going to do that. Oh, they both go down at the same time. It looks very close, almost too close to call.
Let's take another look, JT. You know what? You might be right.
We might have to, hold on a second. I'm getting word from our producers. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do something completely unprecedented here on Wipeout Canada. We're going to go to the video replay officials for a final decision.
Okay, come back after the break to see which of these 2 East Coasters will get to skip the projectile puke-producing Dizzy Dummy in the next round. This is so exciting. I love cliffhangers.
Me too.
Oh, man.
You know what I forgot? To say, to be continued. Oh, that's the best part.
Yeah, I guess
then it's freeze.
Yeah, right. Okay, say go.
To be continued. Welcome back to a special edition of Wipeout Canada, where we've split the country in half like the 100th meridian and pitted the 2 sides against each other in the ultimate East versus West battle.
Now, before the break, we had the closest call we've ever seen in the history of the sweeper, when East Coasters Trent the Sailor and Lumberjack Marcel fell at the exact same time.
In fact, it was so close, we had to contact our video replay officials at the Wipeout Canada home office, located in the geographical center of the country, no, not Toronto, but just south of Yathkiet Lake in Nunavut, in the town of Wipeout.
Let's go there now for the results. Can you hear us all right there, Judge?
Yes, I can, yeah.
So you've reviewed the video. Were you able to come up with a conclusive decision?
Yes. I mean, after the freeze frame button on my remote control physically unfroze, I was.
And I've already sent the results to Jessica. Quite frankly, the more of that gorgeous specimen's on camera instead of you two, the better. Do you know what I mean?
Agreed, I guess, and slightly hurtful. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Oh, big fan, Torrens. Big fan.
Jessica?
That guy seemed great.
The winner that is moving on to the Wipeout Zone is Trent! How are you feeling? You're going to the Wipeout Zone.
I feel good, good enough to do a little dance.
I actually think I understood some of that.
So there you have it. Trent is safely through to the Wipeout Zone, meaning the Lumberjack Marcel and 5 others must now compete in the Dizzy Dummy round. And here's how it works. Contestants will be spun silly in both directions on the Dizzy Dummy, then released onto the course to conquer a set of obstacles. First, they must cross the big donut.
Donuts, bigger is better.
Then the tippy tables.
I take that back.
Then the big donuts once again. The first to cross each time goes through to join Trent, the Sailor Taylor, in the Wipeout Zone for a chance to win 50,000 big ones.
Or dollars, you have the choice. Still vying for the grand prize from Team East are Sarah Bugs McLean, the Lumberjack Marcel, Mo Money Marwan, and Lobster Man Martin.
And from the West, Dirty Hippie TJ Watt.
Dude, chill.
And the Lone Rancher Brent.
Bragging rights and 3 spots in the Wipeout Zone are up for grabs. Who will decide? The Dizzy Dummies.
Here we go. First, we'll spin things towards the east.
Don't you mean counterclockwise?
I'm trying to stay on theme here, bud.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez, bro. To be fair, let's spin it back the other way towards the west, or clockwise if we're being picky and not participating in the theme.
I said I was sorry, Ennis. Mo Money is out first, looking for a good return on his investment in this show.
Oh, and the Lone Rancher sprints past, but can't corral that second donut.
And Marwan is up and drops like a hot stock tip.
Look at the hippie TJ go. Does he make it?
Close, but no wacky tobacco cigar.
The Lumberjack taking a whack at it on that last donut, steadying himself. There's a lot at stake here.
He can really see the forest for the trees. Oh, same result as hippie TJ, just with a little more mental clarity.
TJ sprints across again, but oh, slides off and comes up short. This guy is going at those donuts like he's got the munchies for some reason. That leaves the door open for Mo Money Marwan. Considering his options here, now on to that last big donut. Will his sweat equity finally pay off? It does!
Yes! The white-collar Torontonian puts in a little blue-collared grit on the big donuts and joins Trent, the Sailor, in the Wipeout Zone.
2 spots left. Can the West even the score?
Yes, we can.
The East-West rivalry heating up on the sidelines. It's getting serious down there.
And that's not an easy thing to say, considering some of the costumes they're wearing.
Let's find out!
The second run coming up. Everyone's vying for those final spots in the Wipeout Zone. 2 from Team East are already through.
Oh, my good Lord.
Marcel is out first. Now, the height of the tippy table shouldn't intimidate him. Remember, he's a lumberjack and all. He's not okay.
Sarah Bugs McLean is up. Oh, and she trips immediately. Now I see why we put those gray pads there.
Oh, look at this. The West, Brent, and TJ are teaming up on the tables. Check them out. Oh!
That'll teach you to try and work together in a non-team sport.
Sarah McLean, ouch, she gets bugged out. She's really having trouble with those gray pads.
Have we always had those? The Lone Rancher steps up now. Will he be the first from the West to make it through? Yes, he is! Hi-oh, Silver, what a run!
Ride him, cowboy.
Yeehaw!
Right into the Wipeout Zone.
You did it! Congratulations!
I want to know who the guy built that and kick him right in the arse.
The excitement is overwhelming. The tension palpable with 3 contestants from the East against only 1 from the West.
And the last Westerner standing in the Dizzy Dummy with all the hope of Team West on his overly relaxed shoulders is hippie TJ Watt.
And we're underway. Final spin for these 4.
Who do you think's going through now?
TJ right now. This is one trip he's never taken before.
You never know. Maybe his mind is used to this on a daily basis.
TJ outnumbered here, both in terms of people from the East and people with jobs.
Marcel says no more messing around. I'm going to sprint through. But no! Slips up on that last donut into the flume.
And here comes Hippie TJ already onto that last big donut. He takes the leap, and he made it.
Oh, he makes
Are
it!
you kidding me right now?
Yes.
The hippie over the lumberjack? I mean, the hippie over anyone. Wow.
Hey, TJ defied the odds.
Wow.
See? Look at that. And he makes it through to the Wipeout Zone. A triumphant victory for Hippie TJ and Team West.
East versus West in the Wipeout Zone.
So there we have it, a true East versus West battle in the Wipeout Zone, with Trent the Sailor Taylor and Mo Money Marwan from Team East, and Lone Ranger Brent and Hippie TJ from Team West.
Now, before we go to break, let's pick our Motrin wickedest wipeout. A lot of good options here from both the East and West. But in this case, we have to pick sides and give this accolade to Team East's Party Crasher, Toronto's Mo Money Marwan on the sweeper.
Marwan decided to sell out on the idea of jumping and held on to more than his share of the arm, going belly up against the next pedestal in the process.
Well, finally, maybe that'll teach him some cell phone manners.
So, a truly diverse Canadian quartet awaits us in the Wipeout Zone. Will the Newfie Sailor have a say?
Will Mo Money get his pay?
Will the Cowboy make his day?
Or will the hippie find his way? $50,000 up for grabs in the Wipeout Zone when we come back on Wipeout Canada.
Welcome back to Wipeout Canada, where the ultimate battle of East versus West is reaching a fever pitch.
That's right, Ennis. One of the surviving 4 competitors will walk away with $50,000 and the adulation of half the country.
But before anyone gets carried off on roughly 17 million pairs of shoulders, they will have to get through the Wipeout Zone.
No easy feat.
No.
First up, the precipitous drop of the killer surf. Then the relentless barrel run. That leads to the slippery when always wet water wall.
Then a leap onto the dizzying sponge towel spinner, a run across the roly-poly roller, a harrowing flight over the launch pads, and finally this here button where a smack to stop the clock locks in their time.
4 contestants remain, 2 from the West and 2 from the East. You know, it really couldn't have worked out any better dramatic tension-wise.
But who will be our Wipeout Canada champion?
Well, first up from the West is Dirty Hippie TJ Watt of Metchosin, BC.
The Metchosin one defied the odds and most questions about his mental clarity, panhandling his way through the qualifier with a great time, leaving nothing but a cloud of patchouli stink and burning sage in his wake. The hippie then took a rare bath, courtesy of the sweeper, and eventually made his peace with the big donuts to move into the Wipeout Zone. Can you dig it?
And away goes TJ Watt, soaring off the killer surf.
Awesome.
Awesome. Oh, dude.
Some nice support for our hippie.
It's like a commune down there.
Calm, steady approach on the barrel run. Either the meditation is working or that cloud of smoke isn't coming from 5 machines.
At the water wall now.
He seems a little hesitant to get under the water.
Well, it would be his first shower in 7 years.
Still, with great time so far, he could be a dreadlock to win it.
TJ looks less like the mountain biking tree hugger hippie and more like the ticket for loitering hacky sack kind.
That dirty hippie just got clean, man.
TJ takes a leap for the sponge towel spinner and is kicked right off. Read the sign, buddy. No shirt, no shoes, no spinner.
Great shot from the helmet cam. Really puts you right in his flip-flops.
The hippie is climbing back up the water wall now. Little struggle to get up there.
Reach it!
You can do it! You can get it!
He's on.
Taking what I'm sure is another in a long line of free rides on the spinner, and off perfectly.
He'll really want to pick up the pace here on the roller, Ennis, but he goes down.
Already pushing 4 minutes, his laid-back ways aren't exactly setting a blazing speed on the course.
Back up again. This time the roller isn't rolling.
Up for the second try, though I have doubts TJ remembers the first one.
The last obstacle now, the launch pads.
And he makes it.
He got just high enough.
Oh! He takes off and is there. Team West firing the first salvo with a time to beat of 4 minutes and 39 seconds.
Way to go, dirty hippie.
One contestant from the West down, and it's time to head east for their response. On the complete opposite end of about every spectrum you can find from TJ, straight from Bay Street, Toronto, it's Mo Money Marwan El Nasher.
Despite rudely taking calls during his interview, Marwan's money grubbing kicked in and he was all focused on the qualifier, kept his numbers up on the sweeper, and made great time on the dizzy dummy. Well, he had to. Apparently time is money.
Ladies, I'm single, so look me up.
I'm single, look me up. Ugh, talk about a gross domestic product.
Look me up. Oh, man, that is foolproof. Where does he come up with this stuff?
And he's off, sliding down like my stock portfolio.
He got an updraft there and landed back first. I thought good businessmen always landed on their feet.
To the barrel run now. I hope this doesn't affect oil prices.
No, but the amount of hair gel in Marwan's head probably does.
Just seems to be making him more aerodynamic.
There's one. And Mo Money bullish now as he attacks the water wall.
It's actually hard to breathe because all the water's coming down. It goes in your mouth.
Yeah, TJ, you're not supposed to inhale the water.
Can someone keep an eye on him in case he starts to hallucinate?
Yeah, but how will we know the difference is this thing?
No, that's a good question.
Right?
He's across the wall in under a minute, gets set, and jumps for the spinner. Down on his belly like a snake.
Could not find anything to hold on to and went down faster than Lehman Brothers.
Marwan back up on the water wall. Seems very comfortable on that ledge. In his line of work, I imagine he has to talk a lot of colleagues down from one.
Marwan's time has taken a big hit with that swim, but he's onto the spinner clean and braces himself against a sponge towel roll.
He rides the spinner around to get his timing right. Bear in mind, each time a contestant has to mount the spinner, it slows down.
Phew. I didn't want to see him do another sequel of Water Wall Street.
Nobody did. He climbs up to the roller, starts across, crashes like the market in 2008. He actually almost made it, but took a golden parachute instead and swam back to the start. Time really is of the essence here. After all this, he'll need a bigger bailout than a car company.
He takes the plunge, bounces right up to the second launch pad and pulls himself up. Nice perseverance there.
He just has one more jump to make. It's so close. Will Mo Money Marwan be too big to fail?
He stops the clock. Unbelievable. Yet another finish that's simply too close to call. Let's head down to Jessica for the results so far.
The official time difference is 1 second.
That's too close.
We hate to do this again, but our officials are going to have to double check the results, and we'll have them for you when we come back to the East versus West battle right here on Wipeout Canada.
To be continued.
I was going to say that. You know, that's my favorite part.
Welcome back to Wipeout Canada East versus West edition. We've had a grueling battle all day with photo finishes, close calls, and rigorous rivalries. The Wipeout Zone has been no different so far.
Now, when we left off, the dirty hippie from Team West and Team East's Mo Money Marwan finished with a time difference of only 1 second.
That is incredible. A second is so close, Johnathan. I mean, it's like this.
Right.
It's like this.
Yeah. Or like
1 second.
Yeah.
Right there.
Jessica?
Well, TJ, you beat Marwan.
So, Team West remains on top by 1 second. You can't write this sort of thing, JT.
Well, you can, but we didn't. That's not how it works here. So TJ's your leader. I wasn't anticipating saying that today. With only 2 more to go.
First up is the last member of Team West. Here comes rancher Brent Byers from Camrose. Get along, little doggy. The 42-year-old Albertan put his own unique brand on the qualifier. And after nearly reaching the end of his rope on the sweeper, Brent posseed up when it mattered most and lassoed a spot in the Wipeout Zone.
Go hard or go home.
Get her done! On Wipeout Canada, it's fall hard or go home, but that was close enough.
Whoa! Looks like he came off the ramp sideways and did a back flop. Nice form, I guess, if you don't mind spinal cord damage.
Brent at the barrel run pretty quickly. He seems right at home on that range.
Over the barrels and the swish of a tail.
Hey, you think there are rodeo clowns in them things?
I know there are. Brent onto the water wall now. The Wipeout Zone looks like it's old hat to him so far. Already past the wall and at the sponge towel spinner, and he's on.
You know, this is just like riding a bucking bronco if it were made of rubber and only spun in a circle.
So not like riding one at all then.
Now that I hear it out loud, no.
The spinner is flying, but so is Brent. He gallops to the next platform, well ahead of the dirty hippie's pace so far.
Now getting set for the roller, he steps on. Oh, he's immediately get thrown off.
Got a little tender-footed up there, and he paid for it.
Brent goes head down, keister up off that roller. Brent climbing on now. You got to get right back up on that horse. Isn't that what they say?
Actually, yeah, that's maybe the first sort of correct cliche you've ever used.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, is good for the gander.
Ah, that was short-lived.
Brent from Alberta. You know he's gonna win. West.
Team West rapping in support of him. Yes, yes, y'all.
It must have worked. He's at the last trampoline, hitches his wagons to the finishing platform, and stops the clock at 1 minute and 56 seconds to wrestle the lead from TJ.
There's one person standing between you and $50,000.
Exactly. Now let's see what that fisherman can do.
Team West in top spot. The last chance for a Team East victory lies with Newfoundlander Trent the Sailor Taylor.
How you getting on, boys? Gonna stop it down, tear it up? All right.
Trent talked the Newfie talk, then walked the Newfie walk on the qualifier, and it was a red sky at night to the sailor's delight on the sweeper, as he narrowly escaped with a victory and a bye right into the Wipeout Zone.
This is it, boys. This is it. Gonna take it all.
Hey, fisherman, cowboy up, buddy.
Trent sets sail and gets sent sailing man overboard off the killer surf.
Long may his big jib draw, man.
Now walking the plank up to the barrels.
Sprinting through the course so far, you'd think he worked on a clipper ship, considering the fast clip he's going.
Or you wouldn't think that at all.
Oh, he's got the barrels quick, too. Oh, he's making a charge for it, that's for sure. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Already at the water wall, having huge waves cascading over his head is nothing new for this cargo ship's second mate.
Trent looks right at home in the wet and windy Wipeout Zone. Sailor Taylor at the sponge towel spinner.
He leaps down and springs right to his feet. Looks like thought he was going to jump off first time around.
Hey, better safe than dead at the bottom of the ocean.
You were on such a roll earlier. Oh, Trent jumps to the exit platform and hits the deck. Up and at the roller in under a minute.
Navigating the roller like a drunken sailor, and oh! Put him in the lockup till he's sober. Trent goes down.
He almost made it.
He may have caught that end.
Not so fast, Ennis. Look here, as Trent managed to touch the other end as he was falling, meaning he doesn't have to swim back to the start of the obstacle. So, way, hey, and up he rises to the launch pads.
Time is ticking. Will the Sailor Man be strong to the finish?
Lord Thunder and Ennis me nerves, the rubbed right rock.
He launches onto the second trampoline and pulls himself up. A short hop to the finish platform.
And how's she getting on, bye?
What I'm talking about?
Yeah! Jessica?
27 seconds will cost one of you $50,000. Trent is the winner of Wipeout Canada!
Trent Taylor will be heading back to the Rock $50,000 richer and with the pride of Eastern Canada swelling in his chest.
I think it's fair to say that whether you're from the East or West or even somewhere more central, it's pretty clear all us hosers are proud to be Canadian, especially if you're an Easterner.
That wraps things up for our East versus West episode. Join us again for more fabulous falls and fantastic finishes. I'm Ennis Esmer.
And I'm Johnathan Torrens for Jessica Phillips. Take it right easy, bye, and chocolate bro, bro.
Okay.